All right, let's start this unit by doing a little bit of an equations review. I know you worked with equations in 6th and 7th grade, but let's just go ahead and do a quick review. So what I have is there's 4 different basic equations review. So first one, we have the equation, we're going to have a variable plus a number equals another number. Then we have a subtraction one where we have a variable minus a number, okay? Then we have multiplication, where you will see a number times a variable will equal another number. And then we have a division one where you're going to see a variable over a number that's equal to a number. All right. Let's go ahead and start with the addition one first. All right. Key concepts you need to understand, again, are inverse operations. And inverse operations is an operation that's the opposite. We're going to basically be undoing the operation you see here. So in addition, we're going to undo addition by doing subtraction. So we're going to subtract whatever is being done to the variable. So in this case, a 3 is being added to the variable. So we're going to subtract a 3. All right, but in an equation, we need to keep a balance. So we need to pretend that this is a teeter-totter, and if I do one thing to one side, I have to do it to the other. So I'm going to subtract 3 from the other side. So a positive 3 and a negative 3 cancel out because they equal 0. This leaves me with just x, and so I do 8 minus 3, and I get x equals 5. I can always check my answer by putting 5 back into my equation, so I could do 5 plus 3. Does it equal 8? Yes, it does, so that lets me know that I have the right answer. Subtraction. We're going to have to do the how do we undo subtraction? By doing addition. So to undo the minus 4 here that's being done to the variable, we're going to have to add. What are we going to add? Whatever the opposite is up here. So it's 4, so we're going to add, or sorry, whatever's being added up there, subtracted up there, we have to add down here. So it's going to be a plus 4. We're going to do that again to both sides because we have to keep a balance. All right. This again cancels out because they're opposites. This leaves me with m. 7 plus 4 gives me 11. Okay. Again, I can double check that by putting it back into the equation. I can do 11 minus 4. Does that equal 7? Yes, it does. So this answer checks out just like this one did. Okay. Multiplication. How do I undo multiplication? I undo multiplication by doing division. We need to remember that this means multiply right here. Okay. When there is no sign between a number, a coefficient, and a variable, that means multiplication. How do I undo multiplication? By division. All right. Sometimes you're going to see me write division with a division sign like this. Sometimes you might see it in a fraction form, but we're going to divide. In this case, we're going to divide by 2 because that's what's being done to the variable. It's being multiplied by 2, so we're doing the opposite or inverse operation. So we're going to divide by 2. When I take 2 divided by 2, I get 1. So really I have 1x down here, but 1 times x is x. So I'm just going to write x. Okay, over here I'm going to do 12 divided by 2, and that gives me 6. So I get x equals 6. I can double check that again by putting it in the equation. Does 2 times 6 equal 12? Yes, it does, and so that lets me know I have the correct answer. Division. All right, how do I undo division? I undo division by doing multiplication. So right now d is being divided by 2, so I have to do the opposite of dividing by 2, which is multiplying by 2. Again, I'm going to do that to both sides. All right. When I multiply that, I end up with d equals 10.